Okay, what we're going to do today, we're going to edit this spreadsheet to make it like the changes that we've been instructed to change our spreadsheet, which can be quite simple to do without having to retype everything. One of the new features for the new spreadsheet is needed that each cell is numbered. So basically, let me just change it back to the way it was before. Okay, so I'm going to delete this column because the original spreadsheet that we used did not have a column there. Okay, so first of all, according to the new one, we need a column because it needs to be numbered. Okay, so I'm going to go up into the A cell, right click, insert column. Okay, now you have a column. Now we want a number, so you don't. So we just redoing the spreadsheet we already had, but not having to start over. So we know they want us to number it. Looks like it's 1 to 60. So what you do, you hit 1, enter, 2, enter, then you hit here. You're gonna highlight because I've just learned this one myself. This little key here. So first of all, I'm going to put these in the center. Maybe that's better because it worked better for me when I put them in the center. No, I'll just leave it like that. So if I wanted to center them, I go to home. You see these, that center. This is more align center. And sometimes it says center. If you hover over it, it tells you what it does. So I'm going to center it. You notice 1 is not highlighted, 2 is highlighted. That's telling the computer that it's going to number all the way down. So go to the corner with your cursor till it's a plus sign. So we're going to drag it, try to drag it along. Hopefully when we get as far as we need to go, which is about 60, it's going to be 1 to 60. Let's cross our fingers because I'm new with this too. There we go, 1 to 60. Did it happen? Yes, it did. So this is 1 to 60. It's actually 57 because we didn't start at the top. So we probably need to add a couple more. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to catch the corner like I did before. Whoops. Sometimes Excel can be a little tricky. See, that's what's wrong. So you have to have 2, 1 is shaded and 1 is not shaded. So we're not gonna worry about it. We're just gonna type that in. So highlight the cell, that's called a cell, and type in 59 and 60. Okay. Now we've done the first part of this assignment, okay? So I'm looking at the spreadsheet again. The next is the TDC number, is this what we have here. The next is class number. So after the TDC number, I need a column here, right? So I'm going to do it the same way. I'm going to go up to this column, which is C. Each column and rows are labeled. Going across, this is horizontal, it's labeled as a letter. Vertically, it's labeled as numbers. So basically, if I wanted to find A5 and select A5, I'd find A, and this is A5. Okay, so that's how you decide what the cell address is. These are all cells. So if I wanted, I'm just giving you a little lesson on where you can find things. It's not that important. So if I want to find what cell this is C7. That's the address of that cell. Now, let's go back to what I was doing, and that is simply to add another column right to the other side of to the right of the TDC number. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to right click my mouse, and it says insert column. So I'm going to insert a column. Okay, there it goes. So I've inserted my column, and sometimes you'd see how that is hanging into the other column. You can easily adjust it, just the width up here where in between the letters, and just drag it. okay, to where it fits. So the class number, my class number for this particular class is 1483. So I'm going to go 1483, enter, and I don't want to have to type it over and over again, okay? So I'm going to select, I'm going to do just like I did before, but I don't have another number to make it think it's going to go sequential. So I'm going to make a plus sign, and it should just copy 1483 all the way down so we don't have to write it again. And that's what we did. So now we're almost there. Okay, something else, we have the names correct. Okay, we have the dates. If the dates, I think it was another column at the top that said the weeks is on a different area. So let's see. Yep, this is about right. So it looks like, and we got the class number. Then we have the names, and we have the weeks. So what else is needed here? On the end of our spreadsheet, the new one that was sent, it's after week 14, so it went all the way to 14. So now we just have to adjust and add that. So you'd have to just type it in. So we're just going to go week 9. And I'll add the dates later, this week 10 rather, and hit enter. Just type it in the cell just like I'm doing. And we'll format it another time. So this will be a week 11, enter. Okay, and then the next goes to week 14, week 12, almost there, week 13, and week 14. Now, when we want to change, say the dates may not be exactly like it's on the spreadsheet, because it looks like week 1 on the one that was given to us, looks like it may have some different dates, okay? So if you need to change those dates to copy just what was sent, then you go up, this here is called the address box. This is where you make your changes. So it looks like the first date was week 1, 3/30 to 4/3. Yeah, they're exactly right. Looks like the numbers. You shouldn't have to change that. Okay, so the next lesson I'll show you how to add the date. Let's say if we added the date to it on the week 10, and it's already formatted where it's going to slide up. So week 10, I'm not sure the date right now. I'm not going to mess with it. So we're already up to the point, and we'll talk about that later. So I'm going to click out of the cell. Now we're going to go, the last thing it says top 3 careers. So that's up there with the date and top and above the week. It looks like the dates is on one and the weeks is on the other one, okay? So we can still work it that way. So we're going to just type in this cell, top 3 careers, okay? Type top 3 careers. A-R-E-E-R-S, okay? So now we want to make that a little bit longer because you're going to have to type in what the top careers are. So that's what I did. I just made it a little longer so it's wider than these. And I believe now we see that the table, this is wider. So what I do, it's an easier way to adjust it. And when we have our meeting tomorrow, maybe someone can tell me, you can go up into this is the ribbon, and there's options to adjust the size, but I just drag it, okay? So I'm gonna drag it over because the goal is to maybe put it all on one page possibly. but I just drag it over. So we're not going to worry about that too much. But if you notice, here is the table, okay? The actual table. See, at the bottom, that's our bar. All I do is just drag it back. It's not going anywhere. So now we may want to make that table just like those lines into a table for the new stuff. And we may want the blue for the new stuff. So let's just shade it in first, all the way down to where the table left off, okay? And then we're gonna go to the insert. Nope, not insert, we're gonna go home, I'm sorry, home. And you see, this is the picture of the table, the borders rather. So we want everything to be bordered. So I'm gonna click all borders. So that will enable it to be all borders. So it's all fixed. So you don't have to redo and type everything over. So that is done. Looks like my screen is stuck for right now, but let me see if I can move it now. There you go. So we've got it. Click out and it's blue. See, if you just, after we've highlighted it, you'll see it's blue. Just click anywhere on the page and it will stop it. So now I'm going to open up my other spreadsheet and I'm going to add it here at 29. So I don't need this note. So I'm going to, I don't have to highlight it. I can just, and now I'm going to hit just to delete on the keyboard, delete, okay? So starting here, I'm going to start with my new class, which is 1484. Now what I did, I guess I should have had been filming it. So I just went back up here and going back to my OneDrive to grab 1484. And this is student work 1484. So I'm going to click on this one. I believe this is the updated one because I did some changes. So let's see. We'll just see if that's the right one. So this is my second class, 1484. Now we're at 1484. Now we want to copy all of this into the other page, just the name and the number. There's different strategies. Other people may have done it differently. So I'm just going to highlight the name and number until it's blue and scroll down. This can be sort of tricky. So, oops, it really gets tricky. So now this is my computer. It goes and what it's doing, it's just going crazy, but that's okay. Okay, I got it back. So I have it highlighted. Just do the best you can. Just drag it down to this blue. So then you're going to right click and you're going to go copy. Now we got to find the other document, which was the 1483. So I'm going to just go back over here to the apps launcher and go to my OneDrive, because I must have closed it out because I don't see it on my desktop anywhere. And I'm just going to open up the 1483. And what's so great about this software is it saved it. You didn't have to worry about remembering to hit save in order to make sure things changed. It did save it. So in my folder, my 1483 is in my attachments folder. And I also have a folder for student work and a folder for several things. And we can do a recording on how to create the folders and move it into folders in order to better organize your documents. Now we're going to the student work folder. And now we're going to go to 1483. Okay. So out of all the clicks I've been doing, I'm hoping that it can remember to paste it in. So we'll just see, trial and error. So it's coming up right now, and we're going to go here, this area. We need to paste the TDC number and the column, but we didn't insert a column. I guess we should have. So we're going to go ahead and just paste, see what happens. These are our paste options. Sometimes I just trial and error and see which one may work. Values, address, formulas, not that one, transpose. We're gonna start with this one, see if it'll work. It worked. It worked. All right. All right. The only bad thing about it is we did not remember to create that column. Okay. So what we're going to have to do here is we're going to just make it a little wider. Okay. And instead of copying, we're going to cut. So that means that this is going to go away. These are my 1484. So I'm going to do the same thing, highlight it. But instead of saying copy, I'm going to cut it. Cut. It's gone. Now, but I want it underneath the other names. Click underneath. Then I'm going to paste. There. Now we didn't have to do a lot of typing or anything. Now this is my 1484. So I'm going to go 1484. So instead of typing it over and over again, we're just going to type it and grab it like a cross, like a plus sign, and drag it all the way down. And you've got 1484. Okay. There you go. So now we have the same spreadsheet, haven't done a whole lot of work. So we need our boxes, we need our table, right? So we're going to just highlight where the table is not and go all the way down. And remember where I said we find the table? We got to go to our home. And you see that picture, this table. Everything is like a lot of pictures. It's borders, actually. It's not a table. I like borders all around on the spreadsheets. So if I click there, it's borders all around. Okay, so I ended up with 55. So if I copied and paste everybody's information right now, don't feel alone if your computer doesn't want to cooperate with you. Right now it's stuck. It doesn't want to move back and forth, but that's okay. Okay, I have it moving now. So you see it's blue there? That means it's just what we highlighted. So I'm just going to click in the white area and see now everything is one color. Okay, so I started 1483. Then I started, that's my 1484. Okay, now let's see what we need to do. We need to do anything else? That we've basically changed the spreadsheet into close to what's required. Now you just go in and mark the dates or the X or return or however you've been marking it in the correct spot. Now if you want to jazz it up and you want to do the blue background, then just highlight it, go to home. You see here, this is the background color, field color. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try to find that same color, that same blue. I think that's it right there. And it's not that. It's not the right one. Yes, it is. Yeah, yes, it is. And if you notice, I have a little space there. So I may want that to be dark to just make it look the same all the way. Highlight, go to home, back to our background color. This time I had a dark color. It looks like that's it right there. Okay. So basically we have updated our spreadsheet. The downside of this one is I'm not sure it's going to fit on one page. If I go to File, Print Preview, or let's say print. I'm not going to print it, but you'll be able to see what it looks like. It's not going to be on one page. And I think Ms. Granger had sent it to where she made it work on one page. Now that's something we can ask Ms. Williams because she has to recompile these anyway. Whether is it important for it to be on one page, and if it is, then we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay. So now you see here what it would look like in the printing. So it's still loading here, and it's connecting. Don't want to print it, cancel. So I want to view it. So it looks like the view is right here. Here we go. This is the view. Oh, looks like it is fitting. I'm surprised. It's fitting on the sheet, so it would fit on one page. So I'm not going to print it. So I'm going to have to get out of print. So I'm going to go back to student work 1483. Let me see. Okay, here I am. Now, if I wanted to change it to 1483, 1484, then this is, you click on the first cell. So this first cell is everything. Family should say just student work, spreadsheet, teacher name, G. Scott, 1483. At the end, I can put and, just type it in, 1484. Okay. And that's it.